Now, if they could just tweak, if we could just get this thing tweaked, even in the base game, so that when you're trying to click the money, that tooltip doesn't cover up the red X. Like, what if this thing were put up here? I bet you could fit this. What if we moved this guy to, like, up here somehow? I could do that. It's within my ability to move elements in an interface. I could move this myself. I could create a mod that would move it. It wouldn't fit super well up here. If you got rid of the little gold symbol, though, you would actually have just enough space. You could fit it like right there. Oh my god, that would be so good if you could actually click it and see the green check. Put the plus and minus under the money counter. Oh, you mean like, go like, okay, I think I see what you're saying. So go like this. Basically go like, take that part. Oh, just crashed the program. The only drawback I found with this little screen clip mod, or screen clip auto hotkey script, is that for whatever reason, it crashes sometimes. And I think the reason why it crashes is because it's a 32-bit Unicode thing, and I'm on a 64-bit operating system. I tried getting the guy to fix it, and he's like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, no, there clearly is. It crashes all the time. But he didn't listen to me. So you're saying go like this, and then put the plus minus like that somehow? Or maybe it'd look better like this? Something like that? What if you could... What if you just move up the money tooltip? The tooltips are dynamic. That's not something I would know how to do. When you create a hover tooltip in EU4, it depends on the mouse cursor's position. And let me try to find an example where, depending on like where the mouse is, here. Okay, so see how the tooltip is. You see the top left part of the little hands? At the very bottom right hand corner, that bottom right pixel is the starting point of the tooltip. So as you move it, it follows your cursor. But when you conflict with the edge of the screen, it doesn't do that. See how it's now going below and then getting locked onto the screen? I don't know how to tweak that kind of stuff. And the problem here is that, see how it now, from the bottom of the screen, it's going up, going to the bottom right corner, and then trying, and then going up. And the issue is that when you click here, it just goes right over the actual thing you want to see. So by moving it up here, it'd be like over here, and then you'd still be able to see it. Remember, you can just move the prestige and points cost up, and then move the money stuff to the left. Move the prestige and other stuff. You're talking about like this one? Shift this whole thing over? No, I think it'd still cover it. Because right now it's going to about here. That's about the size of the tooltip, right? Yeah, that's about the size. So even if we moved it over to like here, it's still going to cover up that thing. We need to move it up. Swap the gold and the peace offer. Put the gold to the right. That would actually be a lot easier. Yeah, separating the two elements in the interface would be harder. Okay, we have to do another vote. Because again, I do know how to do this. I know how to do this because, if you guys recall, this right here was not in the base game. And we did this. Well, I did this. I did this with live on Twitch while you guys helped. I edited this line here for the admin point cost of the peace deal. We added this to the DDS file and then had Wiz do the wizardry behind it and actually added it to the base game. But we already did something like this, which is why I'm confident that I would know how to do it. So let's check what the actual response is on this. And then we'll do another revote. Yay for polls. Mamluks / Levant Turnabout plus Arabian Coffee had 57%. So the revote still says don't do the community balance patch idea. Okay? Fine. Fine. But now we have another option Fix peace deal gold interface. Third revote. Basically what's happening is like 60% of people are just like, shut up and play. Why aren't you playing, streamer? Play the game. Let me try to humor them by playing out this war. Alright, free stab. Sweet. Missionary strength, pretty good. Bum, ba, ba, bum. Alright, so all we want from you is Syracuse. He's got negative 11 reasons right now. If we just establish a blockade on both of his forts, he might peace out. Also, we landed from a sea tile, so let's take like 4 infantry and just occupy 2 more provinces. I don't think his army's nearby. We should be okay. You voted? Did you vote? Good, go vote. Vote, 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 vote. And if you guys say just play as the Mamluks, then we'll just play as the Mamluks, I promise. And I'll stop getting distracted by all of the things that I want to do. Wow, 81-day siege of his capital? That was pretty quick. Looks like we're gonna get some money. Also, for fun, I mean, why not? Let's take the Balearies so that we can release Catalonia, which I do in literally every campaign ever now. And don't be friends with the Pope anymore, maybe? That's good. Let's not core it, because we're going to release Catalonia at some point. Catalonia, exactly. Catalonia is way too good to pass up. I mean, they're in the Genoa node, for crying out loud. All right, let's see how you guys voted. Kane Black Knife 6, thank you for your sub. Fixed Beast Deal interface wins with 62%. Yeah, buddy. All right, cool. All right, I gotta like reassess like how to do this now. I gotta remember how to do it. I totally know how to do this. I swear. All right. Okay. We can figure this out. It can be done. First off, let's close that. Tell you what. Give me 1 second to schedule a couple videos for tonight, so I don't forget to do that before I go flying off to the soccer stuff tonight. It'll take me like 20 seconds, and then we will take a look. Man, YouTube is all about this premieres thing. Kind of annoying, actually. They really want us to not use regular scheduled videos or make them public manually. They want us to use premieres. Which is basically just a glorified unlisted video. 6 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m. He doesn't even look at us? What? What are you talking about? I looked at it. Oh, did I not show you? I did see it. Sorry. I can did I not change the screen? I probably didn't. My bad. Fixed Beast Deal, there it is. Relax. They did win. 62%, see? 62.1, 37.9 for the Mamluks. And third place was doing the community balance patch for ID groups. It's a real poll. It really did result in that answer. Rigged. Revote. You guys just like your polls too much. Clearly. Okay. I have time. We can work on this for a bit. I'll have a sandwich in like a half hour to an hour. So, where do we begin? Let's go and see what controls the peace deal interface. So, we're going to go to EU4, and we're going to go into here, and we can probably just search for peace. We've got peace view. It's probably going to be peace view. That's the GUI file. And then we've got a GUI and a GFX. Now, you try to open a GFX, and it doesn't really show you anything. It just shows you like what goes where. To actually see the GFX stuff that's being referenced, you have to go into the graphics folder, the GFX folder, and then go to interface. And then in here, we're going to find stuff for piece. Things like piece button glow, piece demand, piece list, piece offer, piece tab, piece view tab, piece view tabs, piece tab. Be my guess. Actually, this one's 162 kilobyte, so it's probably that one. The piece view tabs. Let's open it up, see what happens. I hope I still have the NVIDIA thing that allows me to read DDS files. Nope. It's not the right kind of document. Okay, so there is a thing we can get. I'll need to go find it. 1 second. I apparently have formatted my computer since the last time I did this kind of editing. It's like NVIDIA DDS plugin Photoshop. It's the NVIDIA texture tool for Adobe Photoshop. NVIDIA. Why are you listing all this stuff? Texture tools for Adobe Photoshop. Yeah, just download. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's fine. I trust the internet. I'm sure it's not a virus. Probably. Going from NVIDIA. Yes, I would like to subscribe to Microsoft's... No, actually. I don't want Microsoft news and product updates via email. Thank you. Or rather, NVIDIA. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the files and like just see what controls what. And then after that, we'll probably just patch it on top of the bigger UI mod. But it might be a good idea to do this as a standalone mod for a couple reasons. Number one, it could be like a learning opportunity for people. And number two, what if people don't want bigger UI because they have a smaller monitor or something? Why is it taking you so long to register this? This is stupid. It's just sitting here saying register weak product. Thank you. Finally, it's done. NVIDIA Photoshop plugin 64-bit is configuring your new software installation. Installing redistributors. Browse NVIDIA Photoshop plugins 64-bit PDFs. No thank you. How about you just work? Alright, let's see what happens. I'll change the screen in just a sec. I'm just trying to get this DDS file reader thing to be working. Warning, there's a virus on your computer. Download this non-suspicious file. Alright, cool. So, we're good now. So now when we try to load up a DDS, we end up with the NVIDIA DDS read properties, and we can actually parse the file. And it will register this. So this is the file pieceviewtabs.dds, and if we go into the game, my guess is, shoot, we're not at war. Well, we can rectify that quite quickly. Let's find a war. Okay, we're already at our subject count, so we don't want to release the subject just yet. But does anyone remember like what other wars I wanted to declare? I wanted to attack Ethiopia. I need to attack. We recently did like a little spat in India. Gujarat's really undefended right now, defended by Bahmanis. We have claims on Hassa with a truce. I think we're truce locked with a lot of the people that I would want to attack. Ottomans in 1526. I think we just send our army then over to here. Ah, shoot. We're doing a military ID group and we lost our generals. Alright, let's just do some drill for now. Anyway, we don't need to see that interface element. Basically, all I'm trying to show is that the tabs come from this file. So then we can look at the other stuff. We got piece tab. Last exit of Photoshop didn't restore settings. Sure, whatever. Just let me see the damn file, please. Piece tab.dds as well. Piece tab new. Piece offer background is probably the file we actually want then. There it is. That's what we were looking for. We should probably update the stream title, yeah? Yeah, I don't know why it said didn't with a weird apostrophe there, but yeah. Let's just change this to... Oh no, the stream day streak thing was removed. Ah, whatever. Modding EU4. Fixing the gold tooltip. That's descriptive enough, yeah? So this is the actual DDS that we're going to want to like kind of tweak a little bit. We can at least make the mod work without making it pretty, but eventually we'll need to tweak this DDS, otherwise the background interface will look awful. So this file basically is just like an image that just shows up behind the piece deal, okay? And in the piece.gfx, there's going to be a reference to piece offer BG. Piece offer BG stands for background. So let's just search for piece offer BG. Here we can see that the sprite type name gfx piece offer BG texture file, there's the location, load type in game transparent check, yes, equal blah, blah, blah. Basically, this whole piece.gfx thing triggers it to load up that sprite. And all we're going to end up doing is just modifying the DDS so that it actually looks the way we want. Nothing has to really be changed in this piece.gfx. But the way that they handle all of the actual numbers in the game is if you go to, again, back to not the GFX file, but the interface file. And then we go down to piece. Not the GFX, but the GUI. This is where they create the GUI window types, and this is where the actual numbers get put in. So picture it like you've got two layers. You've got background layer with just static elements to make it look pretty, and then actual dynamic numbers that are pulled from the game and then put on top of it. So what we care about is going to be things like gold. Let's just see if gold's in there. How about cash? How about... what would they call it? There's the tabs for releasing. You know what? It might not be under piece. It might be under... release country entry, select a null trees entry, cancel Vassal entry, Renounce cores, Duckets. Let's just do find in files within the interface folder alone. Gold. Ages view, core view, country diplomacy, front end, general stuff, ledger, piece view, name, icon gold. All right, icon type, name equals icon gold, sprite type. I could have sworn I searched for gold, didn't I? Maybe I misspelled it. War goal icon, icon gold. And cash was in there too, damn it. Did I mess it up? I must have just messed up my search. I swear I searched for cash. Here's the GUI button type inc cache and deck cache. So that's going to be increase cache, decrease cache. So again, the way it works is that this is the static backdrop that just gets put in that spot. And then after that, it references all these individual things that tells it where to put the numbers. So for example, if we just wanted to move something, we could just say position like 278 and it's going to move it up or down or whatever. Was I in a different file? I was in piece.gui instead of pieceview.gui. Ah, you're right. Cool. Okay. So let's create a new standalone mod, and then after we're done, we'll patch it on top of the bigger UI mod so that they can both just run at the same time without interfering with each other. So we're going to go to EU4 folder, we're going to go to mod, and we're going to create a new mod. Begin the stream segment. This is the new stream. We're now modding. Isn't it easier to change the size of the tooltip instead of moving the interface? I don't think so. I have no idea how they do the tooltips, actually, and this is the only way I'm aware of. So we're going to call this mod what? I feel a little bit... what's the word for it? Narcissistic? No, not narcissistic, but wanting to put my name in the name of the mod, like I do with the other ones, font, shortcuts, terms, etc. But Roomba gold move? Roomba what? Did I even... Could you perhaps upload an unedited version of this to YouTube? Well, Zargus, you can always watch the VOD. Egotistical, as per normal. We'll just call it Arumba's gold mod. Arumba gold mod. Gold move mod for now. So this is an empty folder. This mod currently does nothing. Next, we need to create a .mod file so that the game knows that there is a mod that we want it to load. So we'll just copy an existing one, rename it to the exact same name as the folder. Then we'll go into the new file and we will paste the name of the mod, which is actually going to be the Arumba gold move mod. The directory or path for where the mod exists is going to be in there. And the supported version for the game is going to be patch 1.27. And that's it. So if we actually save this game, exit, we can always edit the name of the mod later. For now, it's just a temporary work name. You know, it doesn't matter. It's like having a scratch folder, basically. All right, so now when we go here, we can already see the Arumba gold move mod. We could load it. It does nothing, but that's all that it takes to get something to pop up into this little mods thing. Is you create a folder, you create a .mod file, which if you don't have any mods, the way that we would do that manually would just be to go new notepad document, example mod, edit it, and then you want to put in the stuff that we just had in the other mod. So name equals quotations what the name of the mod is, path equals quotations mod / folder name. Supported version is a required line as well. They added that a while back. And then right now this is example mod.txt. So let's just say that I did all this stuff and I pasted that in there, and let's just go through the process of being like really clear about how to do this. So there's example mod. Its location is in the folder example mod. Its supported version is patch 1.27. Save. If you just do that, watch what happens if we try to load up EU4. Close it out. Launch EU4. Example mod's not going to show up. And why is that? Let's see how attentive chat is. Why isn't example mod in this list? Some of you probably figured it out. It's because we have a it's not a .mod file, it's a .text file. That just says notepad ++ document. You need to go open it back up, file, save as, and then instead of doing this, you're going to just say example mod .mod. And now we have example mod.mod and example mod.notepad, like .text. Delete that one. Close out EU4, relaunch EU4, and we should see example mod.mod. So that's all we have to do to get the actual mod started. So I just felt like it'd be worthwhile to take the time to do that. So let's get rid of that. And what we want to chuck into this new mod, the Arumba working name gold move mod, we want to get the interface elements for, where are we right now? Common EU Europa Universal 4 interface. And the actual file we found that we were working with, I have already lost. Which folder was it? It was in pieceview.gui. Interface pieceview.gui. EU4 interface pieceview.gui. Let's copy this guy in to our new mod. We need to make sure that we have an interface folder. The directory needs to be clear. So mod name interface pieceview, just like in base EU4, it goes EU4 interface pieceview. If we just did pieceview up here, it wouldn't find it in the right location. So when you try to run the mod, it'd be like putting the pieceview directly into this folder. And Paradox never checks this folder for a pieceview.mod or pieceview file, so it just would do nothing. which is why we need to match the directory, the hierarchy. So if we do that, let's just create an example change to show like how we're going to work on this. So we wanted to go to like the ink cache deck cache, right? So we're just going to do something sort of dumb, like position for the X and Y. Let's just add like 100 to it. And then we'll load up the game with no mods. Remember rechat? Why? What did I do wrong? Click the View tab at the top of the folder view. Why? I did it. Are you happy? I did it. All right, let's turn off all the mods except for the one we're tweaking right now. So just the gold move mod. You could just flip the position of the check mark and the gold, so you don't need the bigger UI mod. Flip the position of the check mark. Yeah, I think from looking at it in game, the easiest solution is going to be to swap the interface elements so that the gold is on the left and the war score, like the peace offer value, is further to the right, and then that way, or something like that. We'll go into our test thing here. We're going to France. Your Windows Explorer is set to hide file extension. That's what chat is raging about. Yeah, but I like it that way. It hides known file types because that's how it should be. Oh my god, I don't have keyboard shortcuts. Ah, it's so bad. I can immediately feel it. I can just tell it's wrong. Now we need to get at war. Let's let the game run for a month. And then we'll just declare no CB war on arrival. Or rather, let's rival like Aragon. Wait a day. Wait another month, whatever. Just get the CB. And the game looks so different without the Solaris font mod. Alright, and then this will be our save, like test save. Should probably wait another month so we can actually look at the peace deal. And we'll save over top of it again. Please don't tell me that people are trying to, like, min-max the test save. You should declare on this person so you can get a union. We're not actually playing EU4 right now. We're modding. It's different. Alright, so now when we go to look at the peace deal, I've messed it up. Right? All I did is I went into the file, and I added a mod. We replaced the pieceview.gui, and I changed the ink cache button to position X 328 instead of position X 228. So we've moved the X position 100 to the right, and now in-game it looks stupid because it's way over here. That's all you have to do to move buttons, just like that. Very simple. So now let's think about this logically a little bit more about, like, what do we want to do? If we move the red X, that would be what really kind of strange. I feel like the red X being close to the button, the send demand buttons, is smart, but it'd also be very simple. What do you guys think we should do? What do you think the best interface would look like here? Can you resize graphical elements? Yes, but it's pretty complicated. You have to actually edit the DDS file. If you're talking about the backdrop, the DDS file, the backdrop would have to be edited to change the actual interface there. And then for the size of these, you have like the button font, Victoria 18 black. There's only specific size fonts you can use. You can't just stretch them. It's one of the reasons why EU4's mod like interface is so finicky, is that everything is XY referenced. You can't just dynamically reshape interfaces. Can we move the X? Yes, we can. I kind of feel like moving the X is just, it's just such a radical change that it would look kind of weird. Don't you? Delete the money tooltip. That's actually an interesting proposition. Why don't we try that real quick just to see what happens? What if we just got rid of... what's the keyboard shortcut to comment out? I know there's a keyboard. It's like Control Q? Alt Q? K? I know there's a keyboard shortcut for it. Control K. I knew there was one, just couldn't remember what it was. That's not right. Didn't work. There is a Control Q. Add or removes line comment mark at the beginning of each subsequent line in selection. Am I just clicking it, doing it wrong? Here, just select this Control Q. It's not working. Ah! Maybe it's because it's a .gui file and there is no actual comments on this type of file type. Whatever, we'll just do it manually. If we comment out this line, and the tooltip, and tooltip text, and delayed tooltip, and we do the same thing on the deck cache, it is just a pound sign, but depending on the type of file you're in, like great example, let me see if I can find a factorial mod file. It might be because it's a .gui, which doesn't have any like the language stuff programmed into it. But if I go into like a factorial mod, in .json, you can just press Control Q. Nope, nope, .json doesn't work either. How about a .lua? There we go. In .lua it works. So you can just like highlight and Control Q to comment out the whole thing in that script's language. So that's what I was trying to find, and it doesn't work in .gui files. Oh well. Okay, let's reload our test save with the new changes to the mod. All we've done is just commented out the lines about the tooltip. That might actually be a much simpler solution to this problem, rather than having to move the piece steal stuff. Nope, that did nothing. See, I think that the tooltip idea is just going to be much more complicated, guys. I already saved the change. We're running the mod. It didn't do anything. Either that, or I just commented it out wrong, possibly. Maybe it's not the right language with that thing. Let's just see what happens if we just delete it altogether. Save, reload. You can make a notepad extension to add that functionality? I sure could, but that's way beyond the scope of what we're trying to accomplish right now. Maybe the tooltip comes from somewhere else? I think what happens is that the GUI element, like, it asks for a tooltip, but then yes, the tooltip itself is generated somewhere else. So commenting it out or deleting it should still block it from happening. It would be great if you didn't have to reload the save every time. Nope. Even with it deleted out, it's still there. So let's go with option A. We'll go back to what we were going to do before, which is to move the elements. Okay, so back to plan A. I think we start by trying to on the bigger UI mod, I kind of like the idea of it being up here, but usually the last thing you do before you send is tweak the gold numbers. So it might make more sense to actually have this part of the element, this part of the interface, right above the send button. That way you could just go like, click, 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 send, right? Like it would be good here. So what if we put the X, let's just grab a copy of each one of these elements. We can kind of move them around a little bit. What if we tried to make it look like that? With the red X right there instead of like off to the left. Or you could accidentally hit send instead of sending ducats. Yeah, that's true. That could happen. But how many times would that happen before you would learn your lesson? I think that you would learn the lesson pretty quick. And worst case scenario, you send and you get a little less money, or you send and they reject the offer. Let's shoot for that. Let's try to do that. That'll be what we go for. So what we want to do then is, I don't know, let's just eyeball it for now. We'll shift the ink cache and the deck cache over by 200. Let's find our X, the thing that actually generates the acceptance. Piece entry, piece list. Hey, Michael on Twitch, thank you for your sub. I see you have added icons for 3-year subscribers. Is there one for 4 years? Yes, there is. Flame button, country flag. There should be somewhere in here the thing about accepting the deal. Better offer icon. Better offer icon? Better offer. What the heck would better offer mean? Ink cache, deck cache, actual cache. That's this number. This needs to get moved over to the right as well. Let's go to... This is important. Also, the gold icon itself will need to get shuffled. Let's move him over 200 to the right to begin with, and the cache 200 to the right to begin with. We'll probably have to tweak it a bit. War goal icon. Terms accepted. Terms accepted icon, terms declined. That's going to be it. So that's going to be our red X. Let's shift him 200 to the left. Actually, yeah. No, more. Yep, 200 to the left to begin with. And let's just see what that looks like so far. You think better offers the suggest demands? That would make sense. I could see it being that way. Let's see, it's noon. Is my son home from school yet? Nope. It was a Steam key email. Remove the screenshot? Yeah, I can just kind of tuck that somewhere else just so we keep that as a reference of like what we're trying to work toward right now. The first thing we're going to do is just shift things around. Then we have to edit the actual DDS file. Otherwise it'll look awful. And I don't want it to look awful. I want it to look good. Alright, so it looks hideous. Looks like we should probably move these things over further. And looks like the red X, we also need to shift peace offer to the left. We can tweak this thing later. Let's go like another 50 units to the right on the... There's a keyboard shortcut. I can't remember what it is. I think it's F3? Nope. F4? F2. F2. There we go. F2 will cycle between the things I've marked on the left. So for the ink crash, let's add another 50. Put a 70 here and 5 there. And the actual instant text box cache we need to also move. Oops. Let's go by 80. The gold icon, we also want to keep them all together. So bump that over a little bit. 50 might be too far, but we can tweak it. And I'm just gonna be kind of anal with reloading. I'll just reload every time I make a change just to see the progress. Zeos, thank you for your sub, sir. And Dirtbag Dave, lovely name. What are we modding? We're moving the send, like the increase and decrease cache button so that when you try to do it, it doesn't cover up the send offer. The tooltip doesn't cover up the X. We're trying to make it look like this. The position on the icon gold is borked. Some weird things can happen if you push the icon off of the actual backdrop. So we've got the gold, we've got the number. Yep, 50 was too far. Let's move the let's move this peace offer value thing. I think that's what's also messing things up now. So peace war score, instant text box, and war goal icon and war score. I think that's going to be the two we need. Actual war score and the war score label. Peace offer value. No, it's going to be up here. Offer score label and offer score. The reason why they don't just say name equals peace offer value, by the way, is because it is a game that is played in multiple languages. So they create this as like a reference, and then it gets translated depending on which language you play the game in. So that's why, if you're curious. So we're going to move this guy, and we're going to move the actual offer score position as well. Let's shift this whole thing over by at least, I think, 200 is what we just moved everything else by. So let's just change this to like 65 and this down to 117. Why we do this? Because, yeah, we had democracy. This is going to be the best mod ever. Can I be able to download it? Yes. That's one of the reasons why we're making it and making it as a standalone mod. And then we'll just patch everything into the bigger UI mod so that we can keep playing games. But yeah, I'll make it as a standalone mod and put it on the workshop. Sure. This whole game must be the stuff of nightmares for you UI designers. I don't know. This is one of my only sources of experience with this type of programming. But yeah, designing the interface this way seems kind of a lot. Having to manually tweak every single little thing. Maybe they have a different program or something that lets them do it easier. That's clearly too far. We're gonna end up needing to move the background thing. Again, I know it looks awful. Don't forget, I know it looks awful. We're going to, after we get everything where we want it roughly, then we're gonna tweak the DDS so that the backdrop stuff, which looks like this, we're gonna move these elements too, so that it looks pretty again. But for now, it just looks bad, and that's fine. So, since we shifted everything over perfectly equal, right? This set of 4 elements were moved over to the right by the exact same amount. Let's just send him over maybe another 10 or 15 pixels. Let's go F2 down to the gold icon. We want him to actually go, what do you think? How far do you think? 10? 15? I think 15 probably. Let's go like 6, 4 makes 15. Let's go 6, 5. I want you to be 6'3", and you can be 4'0". 20? It might be 20, but I want it to be like right up against the edge. What if you move the stuff around in the .pds file and then you get the values from there? If that's the smart way to do it, then I'm unfamiliar with it. You could have just used a calculator. Is there a way to measure distance, count the pixels? That's what we should do. Everyone, move in real close and just count the pixels for me if you don't mind. You should be able to reload the GUI file using the reload command. Really? Could you give me an example of like what specifically to write? Reload what? Please specify the file name. Reload. Do I have to put like the... Just put piece view. Does that actually work? If so, that's amazing. Let's try messing one of them. Like, let's go like 400 here. Tab back in. Console command. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Thank you. That saves so much time. That might be part of the way that they, I was right. I think 15 looks pretty good. Maybe we could go another 5. Let's make it 20 like you guys thought, just to see. I can see now that they probably do this way. At least by using the console commands, so they don't have to constantly reload the game over and over again. Looks pretty good for now. Let's move the red X back. Offer score and terms declined, terms accepted. Let's move him over like, I don't know, another 50. Maybe even another 50. That's too far. Thank you so much. That is really, really helpful. It's so much faster than having to reload the whole damn game and the save. Is that okay or too close to it? Maybe we try to like put it like visually like right between the two buttons or something. Maybe give it like another 10 pixels. 309, 309. Looks so wrong right now just because it's backwards. But the thing is that now, if you hover over it, let's say like Win Wars. Wait, actually Win Wars doesn't work because I need him to accept or decline certain things. Let's do turn Win Wars off. And then let's just control some of his land. Control your capital. 220. Control Brucelon 197 and also your other fort. That gives us 23 war score. He still has negative 16 wars. Negative 16 reasons for acceptance. I guess I might have to just occupy like everything he owns. Let's take Napoli. And Messina. Save the game just in case I accidentally forget and reload. So what we're looking for is now we want the red, and all we're trying to do, that this is the whole purpose of the mod, is that this tooltip that shows up right now is not covering the X. That's the purpose of the mod. That's it. Seems all right. I like that. Let's move the peace offer value back. So that's going to be the offer score label and the offer score. We need to shuffle him over basically, looks like about 150 probably. Let's go like 205, 215. We were at 65, so yeah, 215 makes 150, and we'll go 267. Let's reload eastview.gui. That's way too far. Whoops. It's nice that everything's on the same Y plane. It's just line, it's just X adjustments. Maybe another 20 to the right. Man, just one more time. Who who was it that told me that you could reload the GUI file? That is so incredibly handy. Thank you. I didn't know you could do that. That looks about right. That looks solid, I think. Okay. So we've got the GUI file edited. Now we need to edit the DDS file to shuffle the backdrop so that the backdrop doesn't look awful. Right? A lazy modder would just say, it's good! But no. We need to fix these elements so that they look proper. We can get rid of that thing. We basically want to reverse the positioning of these two things. So you're going to see my extraordinary Photoshop skills. How the hell do you use Photoshop? I want to zoom in. There we go. Apparently you have to press the freaking Alt key. I have very poor Photoshop skills, just so you know. So let's do this. I don't want to cut it because then I might mess up some of the backdrop. Let's select like, no. I need the select tool. Pixel by pixel selection, please. I want this. You cannot use the move tool. It's not a move tool. Why is it locked? Don't lock it. Unlock the tool. All right. Let's do like duplicate layer then. Like I said, I have extraordinary... What is the damn button to select? D? I think it's D. God damn it. Let me select it. I have very, very bad Photoshop skills. Copy. Paste. I now have a new layer. Okay. Great. Layer 1. We need to go to the select tool. God, I'm so bad at this. Unselect. I feel like it's kind of coming back to me. How do you deselect? What's the keyboard shortcut to deselect? Stop selecting it now. Unselect. Thank you. Control D. Okay. Got it. So we have that one. Next. Background copy. Yes, select. D. Nope. What's the keyboard shortcut to select? It's not Alt F4. There should be a keyboard shortcut for this damn button, but I don't know what it is, so. This is like the most painful part of the modding process for me because I am so bad at it. Let's create, copy, and paste. All right, and then in-game, we want the one that was on the left with the gold, which is this guy, to be like over here. And then this one up here, can I actually select you and paste you into this layer? No, 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 no. How do you merge two layers? I think you can merge layers, flatten. Merge layers. There we go. I think I'm vaguely remembering buttons in this game. The game of Photoshop. I need to clean that crap up in the center there and then shift this thing further to the right. So let's actually undo the merge. Apparently I can't undo the merge. Awesome. You can undo the merge? I tried pressing Control Z, it didn't do it. Control Shift Z. Alt Control Z. It's Alt Control Z. God. Gotta be smarter. Alright, so our goal is basically we want to put this guy right in sync with that line, which is here. So you're going to be like right about there. And then this guy, we want to be all the way to the right. And actually, I've got this kind of too far. It's actually just a tiny bit. Maybe we tweak that one more time. Let's go to our cache. And why don't we shuffle the cache like another 5 pixels to the left? Go 4, 5, 5, 3, and 0. I swear it's like 1 pixel off. I swear it's 1 pixel. Just 1. And it will bother me if I don't change it. That looks better. Okay. Now we can go back to Photoshop and we're going to grab this layer and we're going to put you like right there. Lined up, lined up. And now we got to do something about the center part. Why don't we just copy like some backdrop from up here? We'll go to our background copy, select layer, selection tool. What's the size of this? Height is 28 pixels. Let's just grab 28 pixels of this crap. Apparently it's not actually 28 pixels, it's more like 29 pixels. Cool. This is probably like the stupidest way to do this, I'm aware. But this is the only way I know how to do it. And you know what? The way that you know how to do trumps any other better method if you don't know how to do them. So I don't actually feel that bad about doing it this way. It's not perfect. Someone could clean this up if they wanted to, but let's take these 3 layers now and merge them. And then we'll merge that on top of the background layer. And then we're just going to save this as peaceoffer_bg PDS. And we're going to save it not into the actual EU4 file, because that'd be bad. Now we're going to go to... what is the actual directory of where we need to be? It's not in Steam Apps Common. We need to go to our interface folder, which is here. Let's go here for now. Can't I just search for it or paste it? Darn it. Well, let's just save it to desktop. I also have a bunch of like horrible things on my desktop. So here, one sec. Let me tab into the game so you guys can't see all my horrible desktop files. All right. So we have peaceoffer BG. It's a PSD file, which is wrong. We need to actually file save as. And we need it to not be a Photoshop file, but we actually do want it to be that DDS file type so that the EU4 thing can read it. dd.dds, yeah, do that one. I have no idea, whatever. I have no idea what any of these options mean, but it's freaking out. I was joking, by the way, there's nothing on the desktop. To prove it, I'll show you, look. I don't know why, I'm just being dumb, okay? There's our new peaceoffer.dds file. We'll go grab him, chuck him in here. And then we need to put this in the right location so that the mod can access it now. So we're going to go to the EU4 directory and find it in the normal thing. It's in the GFX folder. So we'll go up a level. And I actually find the easiest way to like copy a hierarchy to just go into the actual game, go to interface. We know that the file we want is called peaceoffer BG. And just to guarantee we don't make a mistake, I know it's in there, so I'm just going to grab the whole GFX folder. It's 1,000 megabytes, but I don't really care. Whatever. And then once you're into the mod, you just paste the whole damn thing from the base game. It takes 20 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, who cares? And then you just delete everything else that you know you don't want. And then that way you are 100% certain that the hierarchy is maintained perfectly without having to like manually check it. So we don't need anything in here except for the interface folder. So we'll just delete everything but it. And inside the interface folder, we'll go down to piece BG. Select all, unselect, delete all. Kind of overkill, I know. But again, the way you know how to do it trumps any other better method if you don't know any other way. And I think that is just a fair thing to say. All right, so inside the mod, we have the piece BG, which came from the base game. And I probably just... oh, it's the piece offer background, actually. So there's our new file. And this should theoretically work then too, yeah? We should be able to go reload piece view GUI. Why don't we try piece offer piece underscore offer underscore bg.dds. Be able to reload the file. Maybe you can't reload that type of file. What if I just say, yeah, okay. Could be because like the file didn't exist in the mod or something. Roomba, how you made Google Chrome tab thing in Windows? It's a program called, where's my mouse at? It's a program called Clover. It's a Chinese program. Makes it look just like Chrome. I like it a lot. The GUI uses the DDS. Oh, yeah, maybe that would have worked. Maybe just telling it to reload the GUI would have done that. But this is fine. Just reloading one time is no big deal. As a heads up, you can reload the textures with reload texture file name. Paleocrafter, thank you. Right. It's wrong. So I've messed something up. Or possibly saved it into the wrong location. Okay, the mod has two folders. We've got... I just went through this whole long ordeal to guarantee I put it in the right place, and I still did it wrong. So we got piece view, we've got GFX, GFX interface piece offer BG. In the base game, we've got EU4, GFX, interface, piece offer BG. Have you selected the mod in the launcher? Yeah, we've had it selected this whole time. I just reloaded the game. Did I spell interface wrong or something? I don't think I did. EU4 GFX interface. Effectively, EU4 GFX interface. Piece offer BG, piece offer BG. It's a DDS file. I just reloaded the game. Did you move it from the desktop where you saved it? Maybe, yeah. Maybe we have the original file. Let's just try saving it again. Let's do file, save as, piece offer. Let's just create a new one just to make sure that that wasn't the problem. I may have accidentally done that. Saved it incorrectly. I don't like that color difference there, but this is still better. Like I'd probably copy paste and invert this side to match it so that it's prettier. Let's take you and chuck you into the mod. Just in case, I don't know if it'll mess things up if I try to replace the file while the game has it loaded. So move and replace, and then we'll launch the game. Just check the file in Photoshop. God, you guys are so rational and logical. I don't understand. How can you be so intelligent? I'm... Back in Photoshop, you think was the error? See your last? You might want to make sure that the background copy hasn't moved at all, or your positioning will be off. You think the actual, this thing is actually wrong? It could be that we still have two layers and we should just merge this layer on top of the actual backdrop. But layer 1 should come ahead of the background. Let's try flattening image. And if it still doesn't work, then that's probably the issue. Yeah, it's still wrong, so... Now that we've flattened it, let's try saving. Does anyone know what these settings are supposed to mean? Like, maybe the problem is that I'm using like the wrong alpha. I don't know what any of this stuff means. So... Alright, what was that texture command? reload, texture. And then I have to actually type it out. Peace offer BG. Reload failed. It could be that I'm messing up the actual file type, so it's defaulting to the vanilla by not saving it quite properly or something. Even with it all flattened on the backdrop, maybe one of those like alpha layer things is important. We've got the gold move mod fix. It's loaded, it's good. We'll try it again. This is the last theory I have, merging it all into the one layer. And I guess, no, I have one more theory. The theory is that something about the alpha layer being lost is affecting it, so it's defaulting to the vanilla. And I've got to research more about DDS files. Try dxt3argb8pp, explicit alpha. Okay. I can do that. Yeah, still wrong. Okay, so, out of curiosity, if we like open this file up, I bet we do just end up seeing it being wrong, right? No, it still loads in properly for us, so why isn't the piece offer bg.dds that we created being loaded by... All right, let's just try the different save type that someone just suggested. File save as Deck Crew, Twitch Prime, thank you, sir. Generic Goose, thank you for your sub. We'll do DDS. And you're saying I should try DXT3. DXT3, that one, explicit alpha. It's horribly off-center? What are we talking about? Oh, the entire image is shifted? Maybe there's a more substantial problem than I realized. Alright, one sec. How do you zoom out again? That's the... This is like the original... Oh, yeah, let's just load up the original. This is original. This guy. And this is the... How do we set zoom to be here? 100%. Yeah. Looks like I moved stuff and messed the whole thing up a little bit. Crap. Crap. That was probably when I was like remembering how to move around on the interface here, and I just like accidentally box selected it and shifted off position or something. So we'll try this. We'll grab this whole part that's all positioned kind of how I want it. Copy it. Let's go to the original. Paste this. Control-Shift-S to file save as a.dds. Bound it to the desktop. Save. Replace it. The DXT3 explicit alpha thing seemed to be good and smart. Alright, and we'll take this guy and chuck him into our new mod interface. Let's take the old one. New one's in there. And the reload texture file command didn't work. Do I need to actually specify .dds? No, it's still saying reload failed. Whatever, let's just reload the old-fashioned way. Progress, now we have it. Step back before you merge and you can fix it easier. I think we've made progress. We're probably closer. Did I accidentally click exit game instead of exit to menu? I might have just done that. Just out of curiosity, how's viewership changed since we started getting out of this side topic? It's holding about steady. Normally, over the course of a whole day of streaming, the view count tends to go up. So it seems to me like people are not as engaged with modding EU4 as they are with playing EU4. Which is unfortunate, because we're nerds. And you guys should be happy about this. This mod will be like the best mod ever. Also, by the way, this mod will definitely be Iron Man compatible. So you will be able to play all of your achievement runs and everything with it. Still not working. What am I doing wrong? Okay. Let's close the files. We're going to load up the local file. This is the file we just made. This is the eSoftware background. This is the game file. They are both DDS files. I'm almost certain try piece demand. Oh, you are right. Thank you, guys. It's because there's a separate background for both. It's this whole time we've probably been screwing with it, and it's been fine. It's just that we were looking at the wrong one. Offer tribute versus demand tribute. Thank you. Although that X, it's just perfectly in there. I don't know if I like it being that size. Is it okay, or is it like it feels like it's like touching the elements slightly? Makes me want to push everything out by one pixel, but I guess it's fine. That actually looks really pretty solid, except for maybe a little clipped on the edge there. Let's go back to the actual mod. I want to move the icon for this stuff over like at least 2 more pixels, I think. Maybe just do 1 for now. Go like 2, 3, 1, and 8. Save. And maybe we can go even 1 more. Yeah, that's slightly better. Before it was like 2 pixels on top of that rightmost edge. Now I'm on the X and tick to be smaller. I'll leave those alone for now. Okay, so all we need to do then is the exact same thing for the other one. So we've got 2 interface lens. We got piece offer and piece demand. And one is red and one is green. Yep. Okay, so we'll take our piece demand. We'll go back to our piece offer. Again, we'll just zoom in and select this whole area. Copy it. We'll go to our piece demand screen. Paste. We'll chuck this guy right there. Control Shift S to save as onto the desktop. DDS file. think we might be there. I think we got it. Merge layers? I actually don't think that the merge layers was the problem. I think the problem was I think it was working the whole time. We were just on the wrong tab in the actual game. I was looking at the piece demand, and we had edited the piece offer. In before they're off by 1 pixel. Did I mess up the actual file? I was trying to line up that dark line there with that line there, and over here, that dark line there with dark line there, and that looks about right to me. Maybe it's 1 pixel off, I can't tell. So at the end of the day, the edited files look like this at normal size. Make it easier to compare them. I think they look the exact same there. What about red X and piece demand? I don't think that I think they're correct. I don't think I made a mistake this time. Alright, piece offer value, that thing's in the center, bolts to the right, same thing here. About the only thing that I'm not happy with is the color on that corner. It's so minor, it really is. But basically, because of where I copied this thing on the original, in the original file, just based on the coloration of the back, like, of the window, I copied... Did I not open it? Looks like I may have accidentally replaced my original. Oops. Whoopsies. Go ahead and validate game files. I did mess it up. I think I did. It's easy to make mistakes, man. You still have the layer? The layer shouldn't matter. Yes, we're very close to being done. In fact, I don't think that little tiny color issue is a big enough deal to justify spending any more time on this. Because all files successfully validated, so maybe I'm losing my mind now. Did I mess it up or not? We had piece demand background. And we had in the base game piece offer background. It looks like maybe I didn't mess them up. I don't know. I don't know if I messed them up or not now. And then this is what we've edited. But again, the only thing that I don't like is that should be a little tiny bit darker. Should we take the time to make it perfect or not? Like, I could actually, like... I don't know how else to do this. I could just, like, copy paste that. Let's just fix it. It'll take no time at all, really. Just darken it up a little bit. Could not complete the copy because the select area is empty. Damn it. Just work with me. Stupid game. I'm not very good at editing these types of files. I don't know if you were aware. I got like 7 layers now. I'm just trying to find like a black pixel that I can use. Here. I'm so bad with Photoshop, okay? There's a reason why I don't why I don't spend my time all day every day making Photoshop. Okay? This is such a fun game. I'm good with that. Darkened it up, pixel by pixel. This is just a dumb way of doing it, I know. But the dumbest way of doing it that you know how to do is still smarter than not doing it at all and just letting it be whatever. So yeah, let's flatten image. Then we will go save, and this time we can actually save it in its current location. And now we can select. Why is it not letting me select? Damn it. I don't understand. Start over. Magic. Did I have the entire image selected? Is that what just happened? Okay. Don't worry, the pain is almost done, I promise. So that one is the one that I fixed. This one is the one that I'm now trying to also fix. And all I wanted to do was zoom in and copy this one in one swoop. I just want to copy this, please. Copy this over to this one. Paste this. Move tool. Almost there. We're almost there. I'm much better at EU4 than I am at Photoshop. Then we can flatten image. Save. Close. Close. Reopen. So that it's zoomed properly, and we should see perfection. I think we're done. Kind of. There's only one more thing to do, aside from make a sandwich. The next thing to do is to splice this mod into the bigger UI mod, because the bigger UI mod affects the piece view mod. So if you try to use, the piece view interface, if you use two mods that affect the exact same file, then it picks one of them. I don't know the load order, like how it chooses which one to prioritize, but if we want to use this with the piece view bigger UI mod we just added earlier today, we need to splice it on top of that now. Final check. Then we'll publish this to the Steam Workshop after we reevaluate the name for the mod. Again, the current name was just a working name. There we go. Piece offer value is there. Gold is now over there. Looks right on both screens. It'll take some getting used to. It looks weird. But I think we're good. Okay. Any suggestions for the name of the mod? Right now, I've got the working name Gold Move Mod. Why do we want this instead? Okay, if you missed the reasoning at the beginning why we started doing this, the reasoning is because before, if you were trying to like change the gold, just try it. If you load the game up, then when you're clicking this button, the tooltip covers up the green check mark. Like you can't see if they would accept. You have to click, move the mouse, and check. Click, move the mouse, and check. Now you can just see the damn check mark all the time. Until you find the right number, find it, send, done. That's why. We tried deleting the tooltip, we tried moving the tooltip, but it just didn't work. So we moved it we shuffled all the elements around. Gold exchange mod. I mean, working title of just gold move. What is the actual effect of the mod? It's to, Iron Man compatible? Yes. See the check the whole damn time. That's basically what it is. It's really mostly about the acceptance. It's not gold move. It's more like hide acceptance. It's not hiding the tooltip. It does move the actual interface. What else? Money piece fix. See acceptance. Gold mod. See acceptance gold swap. Let's just call it that. I don't want to think about it anymore. Alright. How the hell do you publish mods to the Steam Workshop again? I think you have to do it from inside the game now. Uncovered acceptance. Oh, that's actually really clever. I like that. I like that a lot, Discus. Yes, I'm gonna steal that. Uncovered acceptance? I mean, it's clever, but it doesn't actually tell you what it does, so... Is it actually better? Uncovered is definitely better than C. Yeah, it is better. Uncovered acceptance indicator. That's a name. That's a name for a mod. Hole? Alright, I think I'm gonna reload one more time so that it actually has the proper name. And then I think we upload via the actual EU4 thing now. You don't do it via the workshop stuff. It's kind of strange. Uncovered acceptance indicator. Thank you for the suggestion, Discus Star. I think uncovered acceptance on its own is just, it like rolls off the tongue nicely. Thanks to Kratil, I only had to pay $1 for this resub. Aruba Excite. Thank you, Poppy806. That's awesome. So did you do it last month and now it's just now letting you click the button, or were you able to still do the September $1 renew thing? I thought that was only in September. Angel 9001, thank you for the sub, as well as Pocket Mage, Lord of Fire. All right, I think we actually go to content, mod, manage. Why can't I manage you? This is how you're supposed to upload to the workshop now. I don't understand. Isn't it? This is why I don't put my keyboard shortcuts mod on the workshop anymore. It's just such a pain in the butt to manage. It doesn't work. Why doesn't the button work? It's unmanageable. Checksum is still F496. It's Iron Man compatible. Don't you need a zip file for that? Do they want us to zip it all together? Could be. Right now we've got it as a mod folder. Let's see. With the zip archives, these are workshop files. Let's check out Better Fog of View. So it's got a descriptor.mod and then the changes. Let's try putting it together that way. So we'll do within the mod uncovered acceptance indicator, we will create a copy of descriptor.mod. I'm going to steal you. And edit you. Name is not better fog of war mod. It is uncovered acceptance indicator. And we will put spaces here because this is actually what shows up inside the thing. The location of the archive is not going to be better fog of war.zip. It will be Arumba uncovered acceptance indicator.zip. Tags are fixes and graphics. Actually makes sense. Picture. We don't need a picture. Support a version 1.27. This is like an alternative version, by the way. Descriptor.mod is an alternative to this mod file. So now we should be able to just zip this. And then if we temporarily get rid of the uncovered, the other version of the mod file indicator, I think I can't just put like a dot back on it because that would actually, it would still be Arumba uncovered acceptance indicator dot back dot mod, which is bad. So let's just chuck this guy into the other folder. And now, if we run the game, even though I got rid of the .mod file that tells it like where the mod is, we should still be able to find it, or I'm crazy. That should have worked. We now have a zip archive, just like the Fog of War and graphic mod that are on the workshop. Ah, it's because I did the folder. It's one layer off. This stuff is supposed to be up a level. Okay, so let's extract that guy. Or rather, just delete him. I guess we want to... Let's just delete this one for now. I don't need that anymore. These are the files that I actually want to zip. Now the directory is correct. So now will it work, please? Why not show the file extensions? Because if they're known, I don't need them. That still didn't work. What am I doing wrong? You can see the name of the file extensions over here. Zip archive, mod file. We've got descriptor.mod. Archive location is mod Arumba uncovered acceptance indicator.zip. Maybe it's the issue of the name not having spaces, but that shouldn't be it. The other mods have external descriptors? You're right, they do. Huh. Okay, one sec. All right, so I've just salvaged the... Well, I just tried to salvage the thing. Whatever, just create a new one. Well, I know for sure it's going to work now because it's going to read the folder. I want it to read this thing. Are these descriptors, these external ones referencing the zip? They are. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we still need a external like mod reference thing for the launcher. Maybe Steam will properly do this though. All right, let's take this guy to the desktop for now. And so we've got Roomba uncovered acceptance indicator. And instead of referencing the folder, we'll now add .zip. And now it's zipped, and inside there is the descriptor.mod, which will hopefully be all we need to finally get this damn thing to actually go onto the workshop. Again, this is why I don't do crap with the workshop. It's just so many extra freaking steps to make it work. It's annoying. Almost done. I need a sandwich. Getting hungry. And ice cream. Should I have a sandwich or ice cream for lunch? Which one would be better? Contents. Mod. Still doesn't work. I don't know how to make this thing go on the damn workshop. I don't know how to do the damn workshop. This is the way you're supposed to do it in theory, but it doesn't work. So screw it. You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I'm gonna go back to the way that I know how to mod this thing. I'm gonna put this folder here. I'm gonna delete this stupid zip file. And that stupid descriptor file. And I'm just gonna take these two things. Maybe I should try to manage it from Steam. Maybe that would be better. Roomba profile, badges, content. Maybe we're supposed to do it from here. I don't know. Workshop items. I have these ones. I don't even remember how I did them at this point. Like, it's just a pain. Your workshop. Your legal agreement. Yeah, I don't even know how to like create a new one. So screw it. Just screw it. I'll take this. I'll add these to my mod.7zip. If someone can teach me how to make it work, fine. Instead, I'm just going to send this to Dropbox. And you can download it directly if you want. I don't know how to put it on the workshop. It's not working. All right, the last thing I want to do then is we're going to take the uncovered acceptance indicator mod with the bigger UI mod here, and we're going to win merge them. We're going to compare files. We want to view all differences for now. On the right, we've got the uncovered acceptance indicator. On the left, we've got the bigger UI. So in GFX interface, they've added files. That's okay. We are viewing left, right, unique. This is in the directory GFX interface. I'm confused. Shouldn't there be a difference between the two folders? GFX interface, piece offer, piece demand, background, piece offer, background. Why is it not showing up right now? May I show you a quick guide for it on link? Yeah. Go ahead. This should be working. Why isn't this working? Okay, so I do know that this is something we'll need to do. So we're going to patch in down here. We need to find all those lines that we modified in the other mod. And this is why splicing mods is complicated. So we need to find piece view demand background. I don't care if they move it, that's fine. Probably, I don't care. Not the reset button, suggest piece button. the send button. See, all they affected was the Y. They moved it on the Y, which means all of our X changes should be fine. So we just need to find the X changes that we messed with. I think it started with like terms declined, didn't it? So we ended up with 309, 490. So we'll take our 309 here. We'll take our 309 here. The GFX gold, we're going to go with 351. We're going to go with 352. We're going to go with 450. And I must have missed one that was further up. Can you just look at conflicts? These are all the conflicts. Because this mod affected this file too. The better, like the piece field, it moved stuff around. I think that, okay, 309, 309. I found the changes for the gold. What about, there was like 3 segments. There was 4 for the gold, 2 for the declined and acceptance. That's the red X and the green check. And then there were 2 more for the offer score. It was this one. Yeah, okay. 135, 187. All right, so that's all of the GUI stuff modified. That part's done good. Now the only thing that I'm still confused by now is like why in the GFX folder I'm not seeing the piece offer background DDS being different between the 2 folders. Right now we're splicing in the mod we just made into the bigger UI mod. Maybe it's the bigger production UI that I'm supposed to be messing with. No, it's not that. Piece offer, piece demand background. There are DDSs there that are freaking huge for some reason. And then in the mod that we just made. Why is this in here? This isn't supposed to be in here. It looks like they may have actually made the piece demand background. Yeah, they had to have, didn't they? They had to have made it bigger. So this is what we have. And then this is what's in the bigger UI mod. That does look 1 pixel off, doesn't it? On the bottom, it looks bad. Damn it! I guess WinMerge can't properly compare these 2 files, is what's happening. Because of the .dds file type. We're just going to copy from our DDS onto this .dds and this .dds. We'll grab that layer, use the move tool, and just overlay him right on top. Save. And this should actually be in the right location. We just need to make sure to specify it's .dds. Replace. Image width and height must be a multiple of 4. I see. I see. Cool. How on earth did they generate this file if it's... I don't understand now. We're so close. Why can't I just save it? So the reason I can't save is because it wants me to use image width and height must both be a multiple of 4. Don't generate bitmaps. Change this. I have no idea. I don't even know what a bitmap is. Funny thing is, little things like this are how most prominent modders got started. No, yeah, that's true. Okay, so I guess do we just have to change the whole image size? That doesn't seem right. I have no idea what to do right now, so I'm literally just grasping at straws to try to make this final file save work, and then we're done. Maybe merge the layers. You think that's the problem? Okay. First, let's get this one corrected as well. I don't know how the mod maker for the bigger UI mod generated these DDS files if there's this restriction on height and width of this file. I mean, I could just manually change the image size to make these both be equal 4, right? 671 divided by 4, we're like, what if I just do this? That won't work. I think the issue is that this like thing that I run that lets me edit DDS files is slightly different than the way they generate the DDS files, and so I can't generate the thing. So I don't know what to do here. You can unlock the ratio of width and height. How? .671 divided by 4, so that needs to be 1 pixel bigger. Like, I don't know what would happen if I just do this and then this. 876 divided by 4 is good. Like, it's probably gonna screw everything up, right? Let's just see what happens, I guess. It might work. We'll see. Alright, so what we just did, the last thing we did was to splice in the uncovered acceptance indicator mod on top of the bigger UI mod. So we should be able to load up like my keyboard shortcuts that I usually run on. So font, keyboard shortcuts, better fog of war, terms, keyboard shortcuts should be on 26, which still works even though there's a red X. Graphical map improvements. And we don't run uncovered acceptance indicator because if it did work just now, it's spliced in automatically, so we're good. Those are the mods we want. You don't have to merge your mod into bigger UI if you set bigger UI as a dependency for your mod. I don't think that that's correct, because if you noticed, the files, it's not gonna like merge the files for me because of the dependency setting. I want both. I want the bigger UI, which they created, and I want the stuff shuffled around. So I do need to manually edit the mod. Right? Those two pixels might actually break it. Well, let's find out. It worked! Everything's fine. GG. And the game didn't crash. Setting as a dependency makes it load your files after theirs. Right, but if it loads my files after theirs, then it would load their file first, which would give us this, the bigger UI. Then it would load my file, which changes the position of this stuff and shrinks it back down. So that'd be bad. So what we just did needed to happen, I think. All right. So, since this is like a tweaked version of that mod, I'll make that available to you guys as well if you'd like it. This is the mod bigger UI, whatever that one. Files open in 7zip.gui. Okay. Okay. I think we're done modding for now. It's done. The mod is complete. I will figure out how to put it onto the workshop soon. All right, I'm gonna go make a sandwich. I'll be right back.